So today I want to go more in depth when it comes to the defense game mode, especially when it comes to the arbitrations, but also like when it comes to the normal defense game mode that you can see on the star chart. So this guide is going to apply to both the arbitrations and the normal defense. After this guide, you are going to be able to clear a wave within 40 seconds to 1 minute, depending on how efficient you are. And since they've changed it so that it requires 3 waves instead of 5 to complete a rotation, you are going to finish a rotation within 3 minutes or less. And to be honest, even if you are like a more experienced player, you are still going to learn quite a bit from this guide, since we are also going to talk about the Specters and which are the most efficient maps for this game mode. This is basically going to be everything that we are going to talk about in this guide, and if you have any curiosity, just go ahead and go to that section of the video. So to show the method that I'm doing usually, I decided to go into the arbitrations because it's much harder because the NPC is moving anyway, it's not stationary like the normal game mode. And as you can see, I usually activate an ancient healer from the start. That is going to improve the survivability of the NPC. And whenever I go into the defense mission, I usually equip Mirage as the Warframe, Ogris as the primary, and Ocucore as the secondary. And I usually just shoot around with the Ogris at first to get some crowd control. You don't want the infested to come close to the NPC you want to defend. Try to stay close to the ancient healer that you just activated, because the Spectre doesn't have a big range when it comes to his aura, and you have to stay close to him to get the damage reduction for the NPC. And whenever the infested are going to come close to the NPC, you just have to use the Ocucore. With this setup that I'm going to give you, you can survive up until wave 100 in the arbitrations. Let's talk about the equipment now. Why did I choose to have Mirage, Ogris and Ocucore? The first on the list is going to be the Ogris. Why did I choose to even have this in the first place? There is the Kuva version. And I know, to be honest, that if I don't explain this right now, there are going to be some comments about, oh, why did you choose the normal version? There is the Kuva version which has more damage. Well, the first reason is personal preference. The second reason is that I enjoy some stats about the normal version more. So the 3 biggest reasons why I chose the normal version instead is the bigger magazine, the bigger maximum capacity, and you can also pick up 5 rockets instead of 1. Because if you choose the Kuva version, you are going to have like very big trouble when it comes to ammo management. And personally, I want everything to explode. There are going to be some people that are going to say, but the Kuva version has more damage, you don't have to shoot as much anymore. Well, to be honest, if you have Mirage or Sarin, that extra damage doesn't matter, to be honest. And plus, the rhythm disposition for the normal version is better than the Kuva one, and also you can get it much faster, at Mastery rank 9 instead of 15, the Kuva version. And to be honest, I was doing much more damage with my normal version of the Ogris than my friend that was using the Kuva version. The damage difference was huge, I was dealing like 80% of the entire damage. And I'm going to leave the Ogris build here so you guys can change it however you want. And why I chose the Ocucore is very simple. You can easily kill the arbitration drones that are going to be around, because you just have to shoot in the general direction of the drone, you don't have to aim with this weapon. This is my build for the Ocucore. Once again, change it however you guys want. And I personally go for Mirage or Sarin because they have a better damage potential in comparison to the other Warframes. Okay, so what to expect from this build and also from this game mode. So you are going to be able to clear a wave within 40 seconds to 1 minute on average, just like you can see from my gameplay. And you are going to be comfortable up until wave 100, 110, depends how good you are with using the Ogris as a crowd control. And realistically you are going to be able to survive up to 2 hours in the mission. That means you are going to have more than enough time to get the most out of this game mode. And don't forget, invite your friends because the more people in the mission, the more arbitration drones are going to be available. The best combination of Warframes to have in this game mode is going to be Volt, Mirage and Sarin. So if you want to play defense in the arbitrations, I have some map recommendations for you. I personally go inside the arbitrations during the defense whenever these free maps are available, because there is going to be the infested faction and it's going to be much easier for you to protect the NPC. But if you are going to play against the infested faction, I have a very important tip for you. Please equip Arcane Fortifier on your Ocucore. It is going to be much easier for you to survive the venomous Eximuses that are going to appear, because they are not going to be able to go through your overshield. That means you are not going to instantly die because of one of them, and trust me, I've died so many times because of them. Now let's talk about the Specters that you can use for defense. Just like you saw in the gameplay, I used the Ancient Healer first. That is going to improve the survivability of the NPC that we want to protect. You can also use Dante if you don't want to use the Arcane Fortifier on your Ocucore, because he can also give you like up to 15,000 overguard. But my most favorite Warframe Spectre that I usually use in defense is Jade. Because first of all, she's going to give you buffs like ability strength, and also she's going to occasionally heal the NPC. And that once again is going to improve upon the survivability. I want to thank you once again guys for all the support that you have given me in the previous video. I'm trying to heart and reply to every single comment, and if you guys want to interact with me, then please go ahead, comment down below. And as always, if you guys enjoy the content, then feel free to subscribe.